scale.
Hello, everybody. All right, I'm going to start this off on a soapbox, and then I will introduce my guests and let them introduce themselves as well. And surprise, Rod is Gino. Isn't his costume good? It's really good, right? Maylene, I saw your question. I am not going to put it up. I will tell you, this is one channel you will never hear me speak an ill word about anybody else, no matter what I might think of them. And I don't want anybody else to either. So please do not. Marsha, if trash talk comes out, block them. I won't have it on my channel, period. And I have had plenty of people talk trash about me. I get sent links to lives. I don't care. So I'm going to give you guys 2 words of advice here. 1 is stay in your own lane. And 2 is other people's opinion of you is none of your business. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. That totally changed my life about 4 years ago when I was in the middle of drama on here. And I don't worry about it anymore. I do me. I do my own thing. I form my own opinions of people. And yeah, so that's that. Marsha, please remind, I don't want to like accidentally kick somebody if they didn't know. So like, I guess give them 1 warning, one warning. If it's really bad though, there won't be a warning. Okay. So now that that's said, I am happy to have Julie back. That guy, Mike, is with her, which is amazing this time. So they are One Way Vintage. I've met them in person multiple times. So super happy to have them here with me. Catty Corner Chelsey, Idaho Gem, is here, which she just started doing shorts here on YouTube. So I have her channel linked down below, and she'll tell you where you can find her on Instagram and all that. And then Rod left early for the 100-mile yard sale, so he's actually driving. So I asked my good friend Gino over there if he would fill in for me, and he did. So I'm going to let all 3 of the guests introduce themselves, tell you where you can find them and what they've got going on. And then it looks like we've got a couple of super chats that already came in. So thank you guys for these. We'll grab those after the introductions. And it is just me catching the questions. So beware.
You got this, Kat.
But we have 18 and we haven't even started. So if you want your question answered, I advise you get it in really, really quick. All right. So here is Julie and that guy, Mike, to introduce themselves, also known as One Way Vintage.
Awesome. Hi, guys. I'm Julie.
I'm that guy, Mike.
And we are One Way Vintage. We've been reselling for a couple years. It's my full-time job. Mike is my great support. We love thrifting together. He will make you laugh. I encourage you to go check out our videos just if you want to laugh and have a good time. He also cleans all my items for me. But I'll be answering all the technical questions. He is comic relief. I called you you're my eye candy tonight. Is that okay?
Dang, girl.
We do have a little presence on Instagram, but I just post pictures there. You can mostly find us on YouTube, and we do live sales with Chelsey, and I can't wait for her to introduce herself as well.
She's over there.
Here she comes. Here's Chelsey.
Howdy, everyone. I'm Chelsey. My reseller name is Idaho Gem. My YouTube channel is Treasures by Gem. I am a professional auctioneer and professional personal property appraiser. And in any downtime, which is, pretty often now that I chose to be home, work from home instead of a brick and mortar, I'm a full-time reseller. And I absolutely love live selling. And I'm so grateful to my friends One Way Vintage that we continue to collab to do so. And I see a lot of our fellow fans in the chat, and I'm asking them to please sure to follow Kat the Nurse Flipper. You guys hit that subscribe button right now. She's like on her way to like 120K. So let's get Kat there.
Ooh.
Yay, thank you. All right, Gino, you're on.
Hi, I'm sitting in for Ron tonight. Now, I'm not replacing him because he's much better than me at this, but I'm going to try. Now, my channel is Gino's Finds, and I take you guys on ride-alongs, and I go to Goodwills and flea markets and wherever I can buy something, and I show you guys what I paid for it, what I think I'm going to sell it for, and I hope you enjoy it if you come watch.
Perfect. Thank you for my hair. Oh. We'll go around in a circle, Karen, and do it. I just put, look, this was 40 cents. Me and Elena, Treasure Diva Thrift, she's in the chat. We went thrifting on Friday with Trish Glenn from List Perfectly. And I got two. I got this one, and look at the cute tortoise one. 40 cents each, though.
Oh my gosh, those are cute.
Not too shabby. I'm cheap. If you don't know yet, I'm cheap. All right. So let's go in a circle. Karen wants to know, can you tell her like the primary thing or things that you sell?
Oh, awesome.
Stuff. No, just kidding.
he has another hat. This one's like literally fresh off the press today. He surprised me with making that.
Ta-da.
But his other hat said, "I like a lot of things," which pretty much perfectly describes us. We actually really enjoy selling hard goods that are like sparkly and pretty, like vintage glass and collectibles, figurines, and just really anything that I think is beautiful. And the smaller the better for shipping. But I think Chelsea's similar.
Basically,
I'm not going to
anything
answer for Chelsea.
Basically, it's anything that sits on a shelf.
Yeah,
really.
that's actually right. If it can sit on a shelf, we sell it.
What's up?
I sell anything that I feel still has value and life in it, because I am 100% sure the earth is not getting any bigger. So if there's still life in an item, I want to find its next home instead of seeing it in a landfill. So I sell everything and anything, but listing what I really don't dabble in is electronics and textiles and clothing. Not so much.
I sell mostly hard goods, no clothes. Well, once in a while clothes, but not as a rule. And I think that was Karen who asked the question, right? She also wanted to know what size boxes. Well, I use 8x6x4 and 5x5 boxes to put my stuff in. Now, I have 800 items here, and I bet they're all different. So I do sell no furniture, no clothes.
I sell everything, including furniture, including clothes. I don't do a ton of electronics. They're really not my favorite, but I will, if I see a good deal, I will occasionally pick them up, but very, very infrequently. And yeah, I get bored really, really easy. So I switch up what I'm selling very, very often, but we have 8,000 items. So there's really a lot of different, like everything, that is in there. All right. And I'll get Karen, I'll put yours back up. I have a couple of questions before yours. Listen, poor Okie Arts put this question at 9:30 this morning, guys,
wow.
just to give you an idea. Wow. And wants to know, does the nifty delist and relist count as a new listing on eBay? If you're trying to list like 10 a day, does that count towards that number?
It does. eBay wants to make an extra buck on you if you go over that 250, if you're just starting out with a 250 limit. However, I still recommend doing it, but maybe you don't need to like get carried away and like delist and relist every day. We tend to do it every 30 days, sometimes a little bit longer. But yeah, it sure does count.
I have a couple things listed that seem to be listed forever. And the moment that I just revise that listing, it's like the little spark to give it a little bit more life, and then it sells like within that week. So always, if something's sitting still, just revise it and boom, it goes fresh in the algorithm. It's awesome. Do it.
Well, yes, it does count. But why do you have a need to sell 10 every day? I list usually every day because I buy every day, but I don't like that idea. If you don't list 10 a day, eBay won't show your stuff. I don't believe in that. But yes, it does count.
I don't think so either. But I don't, like, I'm curious. I wonder if she means, like, if, like, say we set a goal for ourselves that's 10, like, if delisting and relisting, like, if we consider that towards our own goal. My answer would be absolutely not, because I delisted and relisted 180 this morning. So I would love to tell you I listed 180 items today, but that is just not the case. But Julie was right, and it's an important point if you have either no store or the lowest one, that every time you end and relist, it counts as a new listing. So you could put yourself over and have to pay insertion fees if you don't watch that. Like mine is 10,000 that I'm allowed, and I still only end on the day they're ending anyways. So it doesn't count as an extra one. Like it's going to roll anyways. That's how I decide what to do for mine. So, but like I only listed 10 today. So that 180 that I delisted and relisted, I think helps the algorithm. Our sales have been a little slow here lately. But I like, if that's like your personal goal, I would not count that towards it at all. Yeah. That would be, but it's good if you can't do anything. Like say you can't list any, then ending and relisting is better than doing nothing, you know? All right.
Yeah. And it's actually good that eBay oh sorry, you want to do a super chat?
No, go ahead. I remember though.
It's actually a good thing that eBay considers it a new listing, because that's to your benefit. It'll push it back up as a new listing. So technically it's a good thing.
Yeah. All right. I forgot. So the 5 Acre Woods, Miss Debbie wants to know, how often do you do inventory and how is it done?
Well, I use a beautiful, I think they're called Banker's box system.
Oh, that was me.
Yes, I use that guy. I use Chelsey too. Chelsey recently flew to California. We live in Southern California. She's from Idaho, obviously, Idaho Gem. And she helped me organize my inventory. Like, that's a true friend. And it is beautiful. I'm like looking in my space right now. So I just label my boxes A through Z, and then I start on double A. And there's no rhyme or reason. Each box can be completely random. And then I just put that in the notes of my listing under SKU, and it works great. Most of the time.
And do you ever count everything though? Do you ever go back and account for everything?
Inventory? When I did it one time, and it was terrible. I don't want to do that again.
But a lot of it's tracking from eBay, so.
Yeah. I guess I don't, like, if you're talking about like doing inventory, nope. Just try to stay organized.
Me? The only inventory.
Chelsey. Don't skip Chelsey.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought she was talking. I'm sorry. That's why I said
really do.
Sorry, Chelsey.
It's all good, Gino. It's all good. Inventory wise, I don't do like what you see when you go into resale stores in January and they're counting every single thing. No, I pretty much I have a really good memory, I've been told. And so I know what I have, and I don't really hide it away very often. I'm limited to one spare bedroom in my house, and I have an open shelf inventory system right now where I can see everything. If things end up in a box, then it's more seasonal stuff, and I only hang on to it for so long, and it has to maintain the value of holding it on. So last Christmas items, if I know it's not going to hold that value, then it's donated or destined for a yard sale. But yeah, I don't have a great SKU system like that.
I wish I had a better inventory system. What I do is every 6 months, I'll go over my shelves, and if I recognize something's been there, it seems like for 20 years, I pull it and I'll sell it at a garage sale and take it off what I have listed on eBay. But I don't do it exactly the way you're supposed to. But it works for me.
And I want to say, we're not accountants. So it really depends on your accounting method. So if you use accrual method, you have to do inventory every year. I will bet money by all of their answers that they do exactly what I do, and that is money in, money out. And if you do, you do not have to ever do inventory. Should you? Probably so. Have I ever? Not one time. And I keep saying like, oh, I'm going to have Prissy do 1 box a week. And I haven't. There is other stuff to do. You can come in, just be quiet. But if you do money in, money out, all you're doing is like, this is what I spent, this is what I made, and you don't have to account for anything. When you do the accrual method, you don't count what you paid for the item until it sells. So you have to have an active inventory because you have all this stuff that you've not yet counted the money. And as far as like how we're doing it, we use banker boxes, we use totes, I have closets. The big thing is just marking it. You're not staying in here. It's bedtime. Come give me a hug and a kiss. Or you can stay 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
I need knuckles. Okay, come on, Dalton. Give me knuckles.
Look. Hey, do you remember that guy, Mike? Did you even look? I don't even think he even looked.
He waved him. He waved.
Yeah, he waved.
Yeah.
You remember him from Vegas?
Knuckles, Bob. Knuckles.
You got to go downward.
You got to go downward.
He doesn't know how to do the knuckles that way.
It was late at night in Container Park.
We were at the park together.
The nighttime park.
The nighttime
Before we
park.
went dancing.
By the mantis.
Wait, now I remember.
Yeah, I remember.
Remember he was playing with you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What you doing, buddy?
Can you give him knuckles now that you remember?
You want to give me the knuckles now?
Oh, we can't.
Yes,
You can try. He's like,
Like
you
this.
can't.
You go down like that. There, go for it. Oh, come on.
Do it.
There you go.
Boom, that's all you got to do.
He's like, no, he's not imagining.
Bedtime. Good night, Dalton.
Night, Dalton. Nice seeing
He's
you, buddy.
staying in here 10 minutes, so he'll probably come
Okay.
in here. Well, he's in the back of the shed. There's another desk back there, so we went to that. Look, oh, here, I'm going to throw it up, and then I'll give him a super chat, too. From an accountant, you can expense unsold merchandise.
Okay.
I'm not going to get into this.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that's the cash method. How much you spent, how much you made, and you don't do inventory.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not an accountant, but I mean, I pay one a lot of money to tell me what to do.
Yeah.
All right. So let me I get to pick all the super chats. I'm going to do the whale. Here you go, Miss Debbie. Thank you for your question in the super chat. And I know when I watch Mark II, Not Your Dad's CPA, when I watched his course, he said, if you're wanting to grow your business, then you should be doing the accrual method. And I'm like, no, I'm just not gonna. Oh, Wolfman's Goody says that Walmart uses cash method.
Oh.
Oh, if it's merchandise that you think is probably not going to sell in the future, that it's like dead merchandise, then you can expense it.
I don't know.
Oh,
I
so
don't
if it never sells, you just kind of write it off that way. Is that what he's trying to say?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I
I don't know.
I'm like,
Ask your CPA.
yeah, the bottom line is talk to a CPA and the person that's filing your taxes, because if you need to do an inventory, then you need to have an exact cost on every item, which when you buy lots, you buy at garage sales, you bulk buy, is very hard to assign like a particular value to it. Miss Deborah sent a super sticker. We can't see the super stickers over here on StreamYard, unfortunately. We only see the we only see that. That's all we see.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna do my octopus now.
My favorite too.
It's cute.
All right. Let's see. I'm gonna give the accountant. I'm like the accountant. That made me think of like a movie.
I know. I think there is a movie, The Accountant.
I think so.
Yeah, but he kills everybody.
Don't do that. Okay, let's do the eagle.
Right.
So my sister, here's a quick short story. My sister is obsessed with like the eagle cams, like watching the eagles and like the eaglets. And so we went down south last week for Dalton's spring break, and my sister made me drive out of the way. She never watches me, I hope. This will be the one time. But we had to drive like 30 minutes out of the way. She knew there was no eagle in the friggin' nest. They didn't have babies. So really they didn't have a reason to go back to the nest at that time. But we had to drive 30 minutes out there, and she had to take pictures. And there was even a guy sitting there in a chair watching and waiting.
You never know.
The eagles come back. And I'm like, I just stayed in the car. I wish I had time to watch eagles in a nest is all I'll say. I do not have time to watch eagles.
But Kat, are you going to tell your wild animal story today?
Well,
I mean, I can tell everybody. So
Florida.
Oh,
like I am in Florida, but like, so yeah, I used to, if you watch me a long time, like before I quit nursing. So I quit nursing over 3 years ago. I used to always, and it's funny because people knew I was there. So there is a Deerfield beach cam that is under the dock in Deerfield Beach, Florida. That is amazing. It is like a live fish tank. Okay. And so every time I was at work, I would put it up like a screensaver on like the screen on the computer next to me. So that's how they knew I was working. Like I didn't have to be sitting there, but if the Deerfield Beach YouTube cam was up, they're like, oh, Kat's here today. Because I had fish like everywhere I went there, like I would put up the fish. I love them. Yeah. Okay. Here's the thing. So that's what Julie's asking if I'm going to tell you about. So the next super chat, I will play my gator super chat. I went this morning to swim because I've been going Monday through Friday to the springs to swim. And here's the beautiful picture I took right before I was going to jump in. And here's 2 seconds later. Do you see my friend?
Yep.
Donna. So I literally had like gotten ready. I was getting ready to jump in, and I heard a big splash, and I'm like, what was that? It was a gator. So I skipped my swim this morning. If I was telling Mike and Julie, if I would have come like 5 minutes later, he was hiding up in like the weeds for probably 10 minutes after I saw him. So I would not have seen him, and I would have got in. He probably would have hid because I was in there swimming. But yeah, so they're definitely there. Well, I mean, if you want to buy me a pool, I would not argue with that. But I do not have a pool. And there is no pool here. I actually looked for a pool. That's how I thought of the springs. There's no like you can pay for it, you know, like I'm in the country. And my homeowner's insurance is already more than my mortgage.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
So if I added a pool into that,
Well, maybe they'll find their way into the pools too.
Wow.
I agree. Listen, I think I could take that gator. He's like 4 feet. I really do think I could take him. And it's funny though, because I work out with my trainer on Tuesdays, and I told him, I'm like, I couldn't go swimming. I'm like, there's a 4-foot gator. And we had this conversation before. And I told him I thought I could take him. He's like, so you jumped in, right? Because you told me you could take a 4-foot gator. I'm like, no, I didn't friggin' jump in. I'm like, okay, next time I'll make sure somebody's there to record. I'm going to jump in to prove to you that
It's gonna look like the crocodile.
we swam. They're always there. They're somewhere close. There are gators. Every body of water you go in Florida, there are gators. Most of them are going to hide. It probably would have hidden if I had jumped in. It probably has been there with me most mornings, but I'm in there swimming, so it doesn't come out. Most gators are scared of people. I didn't like. Yeah, I think he would have ran too, and he was leaving. But at that point, I had waited 30 minutes, and then I needed to get home to work. So that's why I didn't get in.
Oh
I'm not scared of the 4-foot gator. I'm not.
That gator's. I don't care. No.
They're everywhere, just like sharks. Like you set your foot in the water in the ocean, you're in there with sharks. They're there. It's their house. They live there.
No.
I don't like. I'm not trying to do anything. I know. Like most gators are not aggressive. Like, and that one's a lot smaller than me. I don't think it would have messed with me. I really don't. But like if they're, one big gator that does make a problem. So I actually looked it up, and the springs that we went to Saturday last year had 2 gator attacks. And it was a 9-foot gator, but both of the people were swimming in the edge in the weeds. Like, that's on you. You go in their house.
Yeah. No,
That's on you. I'm not going in their house. I stay in the middle of the swimming hole. I am not trying to be on the edge of the water, and I watch what's going on around me. Can I swim faster than them? Probably not, especially if I'm going against the current. No, that's not true. We were talking about that too, Becky. So gators are only with their moms till they're about 18 inches, and then their mother will eat them if they do not leave. So there is probably not a bigger gator, but it's the 9 and 10 footers that really. No, I'm going to continue swimming. I mean, that's like saying don't walk outside because a bus might hit me because I have kids. Like, to me, like,
But buses don't eat you. That's one thing I could say. Buses don't eat you.
But I mean, like, if I look up, like, that's like lightning, right? And I hate lightning. Like, I don't like lightning. Are you going? Okay, let me.
Night, Dalton.
See you, Dalton.
Bye.
That's
But-
like lightning. You live in Florida.
Like-
It's the lightning capital of the United
Right.
States.
Lightning, sharks, gators, right? Like, that's like the people that are like in places where tarantulas live. Do you not walk outside? Like,
Yeah.
there's also water moccasins here. There's rattlers. Like, there's panthers. There's bears. Like, I've lived hard. If they get in, I'll get out. Like, I didn't go in. I didn't bother him. It's his house. I'm visiting, I don't live there.
To quote a dear late friend of ours from the Boss Reseller remix, fear less, people. Don't be without fear, but fear less. Go live your life.
Yeah, like, I'm not stupid. I'm not going in there and, like, with that, I didn't jump. Oh, come here, he's little. Hey, I did not do that. I stayed out. I went home. But yeah, you can't live scared. You can't live scared.
No.
All right. I gotta give a super chat. Oh, what did I say I was gonna give? Oh, I said I was gonna give the gator, so I'll give the accountant the gator. Here's the gator. So, backstory: this was me swimming a year ago before I lost 60 pounds, and as soon as I got out, it's probably that same exact gator. It looks like him. Went swimming by exactly like I saw this morning. There you go. That was the same exact spot that I just showed you a picture from, which is funny.
We don't have that in our pool. No. Uh-uh.
It will come in your pool if you live in Florida.
Yeah.
I've seen them. They climb trees.
They climb fences. They tried to eat my mom's dog. Like, you're not safe in it. Like, gators are everywhere in Florida. See, I'm not really scared of coyotes. We have coyotes out here. Bobcat, I might be a little cautious.
You know what? I'm gonna say it the nicest way possible. Everything in Florida is trying to kill you. Or
Don't
eat
say
you.
that word.
Except the ocean.
Just
I
a
mean, it
certain
really
thing.
depends. So I was talking with a friend of mine today who's like, I'm going to go chase a tornado. And I'm like, what? Like, you crazy person? But now you say, like, Kat, you have a mandatory evacuation. You're getting 100-mile-an-hour winds in a hurricane. Okay, so what? Like, and I'm like, you dum-dum, why are you chasing a tornado? And they're like, dummy, why are you staying during a hurricane? It really depends on where you live, what you grew up with,
That's
and what
true.
you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
Like,
We just have
I
earthquakes.
grew up here. I'm born and raised in Florida. This is normal. Gino, where are you from originally?
I'm from Jersey originally, but before I moved up to North Florida, I was down in Miami, and they had 6-7 foot iguanas,
Oh my
and the big
They
ones
will
would scare
slap
me.
you.
Yeah,
Iguanas will slap you
they-
with their tail. I had pet ones that slapped me. I can imagine a wild one.
they were scary looking. That's for sure.
See, another person saying they love water. I would love to watch it. Like, I like seeing the water spouts over the ocean, like where they're not on anybody, right? Like,
You know what? That's why they
tornado.
invented YouTube.
Yeah.
Let them go, and we just watch it on YouTube. That's it.
you
That's
go
all I
chase
need to do.
it and we'll watch it. That
Yeah.
sounds like
Go
a good
ahead.
plan. All right. Let's see. Susan, you have to tell me what you want us to talk about for Poshmark. Because I know Poshmark just implemented ending the end and sell similar. They put a kibosh on it. You are not allowed to do it as of Thursday in 2 days. So other than that, I don't know anything really new with Poshmark. So Susan, if you're still here, tell us what you want us to talk about pertaining, because that's like very broad, and let me know. See, that's crazy. Yeah, LaDonna says 2 tornadoes within a mile of the house. That's absolutely crazy. And as far as risk management, like I was a nurse for 11 years. And this is horrible. Like the first year I was a nurse, I had a high count HIV needle stick.
Oh my goodness.
So you want to talk about risk management? It would not be nursing because, and I have sympathy for people with HIV because prophylactically what they do is you take meds like you have HIV for 3 months to make sure you don't get it.
Oh.
And I was so miserable. I could not taste my food. Like my empathy for people with HIV after that was like immense because the meds, even though I didn't have it, I tested negative, like all the points, but they still want you to take those. I was horribly miserable, but I took it because I wanted to be safe. And I was also frontline with COVID. And I know nurses who caught it and couldn't work. There's risks everywhere in life. Like there's risks everywhere. I'm not going to jump in if I see one. I am in North Florida, Chris. I am in a little town called Chiefland. I'm about 20 minutes from the Gulf. So Valerie, you can relist it after 60 days if you end it or after it's been listed, because like I don't relist anything until 90 days. So does that mean that I could still just keep doing what I'm doing? Tell me if you guys know. They say after 60 days, you're okay.
I don't sell on Posh, so it doesn't affect me. I'm sorry.
I don't sell.
Do you, Julie? Do you do Posh?
I don't. It's almost like okay, I'll really, because I used to be an occupational therapist, so it's like I worked in the schools, and if you worked in the hospital, I felt like that was a totally different job. I had no idea, even though they were both occupational therapists. That's how I feel with Poshmark. Like it's a whole different thing, and we're both resellers, but I mean, it's mostly clothing, right? But I know you can sell other things.
Yeah. What does that mean? So I did healthcare for 10 years, and I worked in the school system, so I should be on Posh.
I mean, I'll pull it up just to tell you. I mean, Posh, I think, is my second highest performing platform after eBay. Let's see, no, not my sales.
And would you say that's mostly with hard goods, Kat?
Yeah, I sell here. Hold on.
See, I need to change my frame of mind on that.
No, definitely. I have videos on that just because I think a lot of people think like that. Yeah. So like here, I'll share my screen once I can figure. One of my Poshmark people might have to tell me. Oh, my Posh stats. Let's look. So I have sold 1,700 listings for $37,000.
Wow.
I'm trying. Oh, my Closet Insights. Oh. So the last 30 days I've sold $1,200. I mean, that's not horrible.
We need to cross post to Posh, Mike.
And then if you look at my sales, just to like give you like a live idea. Yeah. So look, jewelry, hair bow, shoes, cups, a robe, a purse, shoes, a kitchen tool, garden flag, jewelry, shirt, hair. Like it literally, you can sell everything on Posh, and it does sell. Like I sell more your traditional Posh than I do traditional Posh stuff.
I can't tell you how much I've learned over the years watching this podcast with Kat and all your hosts or all your co-hosts and guests. I'm still learning right now. So yeah, point taken.
Yeah, people are saying I'm still good. They're saying they clarified like exactly what they were saying, and they didn't want them to keep like every couple days relisting it. Oh, I love Lucite. I love Lucite. I just did a high dollar research video on pewter, and one of the items, and I couldn't afford this, but it was a candlestick antique mold. And I was like, man, that would be perfect for resin. If it would come out, I hope it would come out. You could probably spray it to make candles that look like lucite, because the lucite candles are hot. And I kept looking for molds and I couldn't find anything. And I was doing it. And I'm like, that would be, but it was $1,600. So yeah.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Karen's question, which Gino kind of already answered, but she said, if you sell a mix of items from jewelry, soft goods, small household decor, what basic size boxes and poly bags would you recommend to have on hand? So like, what are the most common ones that you feel like you use the most of?
I usually get a variety of many different boxes, like 12 by 12 and under. So any mix, but I use a lot of, like Gina said, 8 by 8 by 8. That's like my most popular box size, or 777. And yeah, I just keep on stock a handful of everything. And poly bags, I don't use too much of because most of my stuff is breakable. But I recommend try to find a, like a, what do you want to call those? A wholesale box store. I don't think I'm calling it the right thing, but like
packaging store.
Yeah, a packaging supply store, and you can get things for a great price. For years I didn't know about one just a couple miles away, and it's been the best thing now that we found it. I use Serve Pro if you're in Southern California. Serve Pro.
Yes, they have a film on it, a cute little short video with Mike, and it's hilarious. Watch it.
Bubble wrap.
Yeah, bubble wrap.
Am I going to bubble wrap again? No.
You gotta go find the video that's called A One-Way Vintage Short Film, and it's like a horror movie, a horror short about bubble wrap. So let's go find
their work project. It's hilarious. I use a lot of 12 by 8 by 10, which is one that you can buy at Walmart. That one I would say I use the most. Then I would say 10 by 10 by 10 and 12 by 12 by 12. But Julie and that guy Mike, they introduced me to something, and I want you to say hello to my little friend. This is awesome.
The box resizer.
Oh my gosh, this is gold. This is my, like, I feel like Scarface. Say hello to my little friend. This thing is worth it. It is awesome. Get a bigger box or whatever box you have, and it will just do. It saves so much time.
Chelsey, you should make a short on how to use it.
No.
I should.
No.
And I will do it, Scarface. Say hello to my little friend.
Well, I'm glad Chelsey showed you that. I have a video.
Oh, you have a video
on how to use a box resizer.
Oh, cool! Everyone find it.
And I use it all the time, and it comes in really handy. And also, you can save a lot of money cutting down boxes because the post office will charge by size too. So
I do it the hard way. I just like try and go straight, and it's really like this, and then I try and fold it, and it looks crappy, and that's what I do.
Thanks for pushing my video then. Yes, it's better than the resizer.
Yes.
And box everything. That's all it looks like.
Yeah, for us, 8 by 6 by 4, 8 by 8 by 8. I'm not. And then 12 by 12 by 12. If you do a little bit bigger stuff, I would say 14 by 14 by 14s. Those are oversized though, but the 12 by 6 by 18, which you can get with your eBay coupon, that's what I bought with mine. That is not oversized.
Really?
That's why I love that for like vases and things like that. It's like the perfect size. And then poly bags, we do 6 by 9, 10 by 13, and then we have like the giant 24 by 24 for like bigger blankets and things like that. But I would recommend get like small packs, like 10 packs or 25 packs of like a bunch of sizes.
Yeah.
See what you use the most of, you know, because like the way you pack, different people are going to like different things. Like me and Prissy can be in here packing side by side, and she'd go for an 8x8x8 because she's newer at packing, where I feel comfortable putting something in an 8x6x4. So I would get them. And then you'll see I bet there's got to be like, what are they called? Like when you get, like variety packs. I bet there's a variety pack. I would get a couple of variety packs of poly and boxes and then see what you use. Like we don't have any shipping supply places around here. So the majority of mine come off of eBay. I use Giaro Pack for my, mailers. Listen, I don't know if any of you are like this. Do any of you window shop? Like when you like, I don't know, like if I'm stressed out, I'll like go add like 50 things to my cart and then I just close the window. I buy nothing. I did that with poly mailers the other day. I found like cute turtle ones and like all these, and I'm like, do I really need these? Nope. Closed it. Anyways, I don't know if it's just me. That's stress relief for me. I pretend I'm going to buy things and then I don't buy them. All right. Have any of us tried, or you can answer in the chat as well, Flipwise? I've never even heard of it. Have we tried it or heard of it? And if we have, what are our thoughts? So you can answer in the chat as well.
Yeah, I would like to know just what it is, but no, a software, no. This is new to me.
I'm going to assume it's probably a new cross lister service is what I would think.
Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, let us know what it is if you know.
I don't use it.
Not last boss, but the boss before, they were a sponsor.
I'm going to fire you, Gino.
I'm thinking. Julie, I'm thinking last boss, not this one that we just had, but the one we had before. They were a sponsor, and it seemed like Ace or Arc thrift stores, like they were associated with it somehow. And they were looking for managers, and like you would help. It was kind of like you were selling things on consignment and they were bringing it to you. It's still very much in its infant phase, and they weren't at boss this year.
Inventory software.
Yeah, it was something like, I know they were there at boss.
Oh yeah,
last boss.
Flipwise is by Justin Resells, they're saying.
Okay.
It has something to do with a resale manager.
Say it again, Gino.
It's like an eBay manager. You can manage your stuff. I don't know enough about it, but I know I've seen it advertised for eBay.
Oh, I'm thinking of something else.
Joy says Justin created it to keep up with your sales.
That's who it is. Okay. Gotcha. I'm thinking.
Justin's been on here, but I don't remember him talking about it when he was on here. I don't know when he created it, but I don't remember.
Oh, cool.
All right. My good friend Elena, which I just told you guys I went thrifting with her Friday, says she had an international buyer want free shipping. And I said, I don't offer free shipping. How does that work if you offer free shipping to an international buyer? Would the seller be required to pay all fees? If you don't know the answer, I know the answer to this.
Yeah, I'll just pass it.
I'm gonna assume yes, but I'm gonna pass it up.
I don't sell that much overseas, but I would assume that you only get free to Illinois and then they pay the rest. But
Gino would be correct. The only free you can offer them is the fee from you to the international hub. If you do free shipping, so like say it's $10 or whatever to go from you to the hub, that's what you would give them free. And then they would pay. So you can't give them it. eBay would not allow it. You could discount it. You know, like say it's a really high dollar item, ask them, say, hey, what's it showing for your shipping? Oh, it shows $40. I'll give you $40 off the price. That's the only way I could think you could kind of do it. But the only time they allow it is from you to the hub.
Gotcha. Good question.
I don't know if any of us can answer this because I think this was like if Rod was here.
I can help a
And
little bit.
unfortunately, he's not. So can any of us give tips on selling an MLB custom baseball jersey? It's a ladies first with the number 11. Well, I mean, I think we could. I think you could if you sell clothing. I think we could answer this.
Yeah, I would say where it is already specific with a certain name, your clientele and your buying market is going to be very, very small because it's going to be somebody with that name or somebody that wants to gift it to somebody with that name. You know, I would just cross post it to many places as you can. And I'm wondering, is the name like, I want to say, help me. It's not embroidered. Is it embroidered
Like,
when they take
embroidery? I think.
yeah, embroidery, or is it done with like vinyl? If it's done with vinyl, sometimes that can be switched off. But if it's embroidered, you know, it's kind of stuck with it. I would just totally cross post it as much as you can. But it really kind of depends. If it's vinyl, your market opens a little bit more. If it's embroidered, you're pretty much very small market.
And you got to look at the name too, because if it says like Nancy, there's a lot of Nancys. if it says like something very common,
Yeah, you never know.
you never know. But if it's very specific and like
Hey, but
pinpointing,
you picked it up, so Wendy, go for it,
Go for it.
And let us know how it turns out.
Yeah, I think I would just put it. Gino, would you put it? Like, I get personalized stuff all the time.
Alice.
It says Alice.
First of all, I would never pick it up. It's personalized, so you're going to need everybody named
I would.
Susan to buy it. I mean, it would have to be something
But
really.
somebody could use it for a Halloween costume. They could be Alice for
true.
Halloween.
That would be cute.
But she
Wait,
wants to
Alice.
do a baseball idea. You know, it's
Alice,
a Major League Baseball.
was in
What team is it?
What's the
I-
movie with the
I
vampire?
I don't know.
She's in the chat. I'm asking her. I mean,
Wonderland.
There is a costume. It's running Alice
Alice with
in
Wonderland.
a baseball costume. If you know, you know.
Seattle Mariners.
Oh,
Ooh, Randy's on the Seattle Mariners now. My favorite player.
Seattle. That's where it would be. I'm right. I'm right.
Breaking Dawn. Somebody's saying Breaking Dawn.
Breaking Dawn. That's
Breaking
it.
Dawn. That's what it is.
I'm thinking like League of Their Own. I'm like, I
my gosh,
don't
Wendy
remember
put-
an Alice.
Wendy put keywords. Breaking Dawn. Alice. What's
You
the?
know what it is.
I know. I'm drawing a blank.
Oh, Valerie.
Edward.
Twilight. Thank
Twilight.
you.
There you go.
Twilight.
Sorry.
Keyword Twilight. There you
Yeah.
go, Wendy.
You're diamond boy.
Like, just listed as far as price. I would probably be at or a little below like plain ones because you're going to have that right person.
You're right.
But like if you find Alice, they're like personalized items cost more, you know? So I normally go close to like what plain ones are going for is what I do.
Kelly Jo. She was thinking Brady Bunch Alice.
Oh yeah, I love Alice.
Kelly Jo.
Okay, Serenity Shares said on eBay Seller Hub under marketing, there is offers. eBay continues to do automated offers on at least 177 of my items every day. I end them quickly, but it comes back the next day. Help. Uh-oh.
Oh my gosh, I was totally spacing thinking about the movie Twilight. Okay.
Is that right, Spider Monkey?
You can turn off. I know for sure you can turn off automated offers. So that's like a glitch I think you're dealing with if it keeps coming back. And I think it shouldn't send out offers every day, even if you have it on. I think that's
No. I'm going to tell you guys, I
Yes.
turn on automated offers, but I only turn on automated offers once I've reached my lowest price. So that means for me, after it's been listed a year, it's at 50% off. I know that's the max discount I'm going to give. Then I turn on automated offers because then it's going to send them out as soon as somebody likes that item.
Yeah.
But I don't turn on automated for new stuff that I'm only sending 10% because in 3 months I'm going to offer 30% and in a year I'm going to offer 50%. So I turn it on, but only on items that I am at like my rock bottom price
So
with.
it's per item, not your whole.
But
store.
I'm looking at it now. Like I have, it doesn't tell me how many. Oh, I have 59 pages of automated offers.
Oh,
I know I get automated offers. I can be on eBay doing research and I just go to it. Don't even like it. Don't stay on it longer than 2 seconds. And then I'm getting offers on the item. And I talked to eBay about it at Boss and they're like, we have no idea what that's happening to you. I'm like, well,
It's a glitch. I think it's
yeah,
glitches.
it's driving me nuts. I just was doing it for research because I had the same item I'm trying to sell. I don't want to buy yours. I want to sell mine.
Every day I send out offers, and Serenity, who's my thrifting buddy, so I know her, that's Barbara. She asked me this question today, and I don't have that problem, but I did go look, and her, when she sends out promoted offers, all of a sudden it says, yes, keep sending out promoted offers, and doesn't on mine. So I don't know how to answer her, but I would hate that. I don't want to have them send out offers, that I don't know about. That's all I can say about it.
See, that's why I said I'm okay if I'm at my rock bottom. I'm like, send away. Yeah, like it should not automate without your permission. Like that sucks. I wish I had help, but I don't have help.
For
Okay.
1995, we'll tell you more.
No, just kidding. Karen wants to know what's a good mix of items to start a store with. It's all stuff she already has. Would you do all high price jewelry, high and low jewelry plus something else, or a bigger item mix or smaller mix? So if you were starting and you had all this stuff already, what would you start with?
Well, first of all, kudos to you for wanting to start with stuff that you have. I think that is brilliant strategy. And just start with what motivates you the most. And when you run out of that, go to the next thing, and you're going to have, hopefully some sales, and it'll keep motivating you to list more. But I wish that someone would have really emphasized that to me when starting, to not overload with the fun part of buy inventory, and then you get overwhelmed. So you're on the right track, and just do your research so that you're, in that sweet spot for pricing, and list what you like, list what you want.
I would have to say, like every great journey, with one step. Okay, just do it. Do whatever.
Oh, you're not being sarcastic.
I'm not being sarcastic.
Oh, sorry. I thought
I'm
you were
saying,
being sarcastic. I'm used to.
You have to start it. Just put your hand into the jar and pull it out and start with that. And
awesome.
The more you do, the easier it is, and don't worry about
what it is.
It's just you just need to start doing it. And that's pretty much the hardest part, is just starting. You're gonna think about it and think about it and think about it. All that time goes away. You just start.
Yeah, you're on the right track.
You're on the right track for sure. List things that bring you joy. Like, you have to love what you're working with. If you're going out and you're just picking up stuff because there's value, but it doesn't excite you to work with it, that's how you go for broke and you become miserable. Don't do it. But to answer your question, what you suggest, it depends on what kind of clientele, what kind of customer do you want to have. If you want to draw the high-end customers to your store, start with the high quality stuff. If you want to cover every Joe, Dick, and Sam in your store, do high to low. Have something for everybody at the buffet table. But make it enjoyable. Don't go thrifting and getting something because so-and-so and so-and-so picked it up and they said it was worth this. If you don't like it, don't get it. Sell what you want to have. Sell things that if it sticks around on your shelf for a little bit, don't have it that you don't mind looking at it every day. It's like, oh, it's so cute. If it doesn't sell, yay, I get to look at it a little longer. Just be happy in what you do.
My advice would be, don't overload yourself, because then you're going to hate thrifting, hate reselling. List 10 items, things that you kind of like, things that you'll sell, that you think will sell pretty fast. And you'll know right away whether you want to continue this and to be a thrifter, because it's not always that easy to be, resell. So start slow and see where it goes, and then build up and have 900 items in your room like me.
Yeah.
Or 8,000.
Yeah, like
yeah, like I want to like what I sell. I will sell stuff I don't like for good profit. I won't sell stuff I don't like for a low profit. Like I was talking about on video the other day, I'll pick up every single Florida Gator item I can get my hands on. I don't care what it sells for. You give me an FSU item, it better sell for like 20, 25 plus, because I don't like the Seminoles, but I love the Gators. So, if, like me personally, if I had all this, I would be listing the high dollar jewelry because I would want to make the most money the fastest possible. But the problem with that is, like Julie was saying, like the over shopping is, see, I don't agree with be careful until you're established with higher items. I don't agree with that. Not at all. My high dollar buyers give me way less trouble than a $10 item buyer.
Isn't that true?
That is true.
They really, really do. Roll out the door type. We'll see. We got this season. I'm just saying. So the 100 somewhere up north, I don't know. If somebody knows where the 100 mile wherever Rod's going to, maybe he'll come in and tell us. I don't know. Or I bet somebody in the chat will know.
I know where the 50 mile yard sale is.
It's near Pensacola. It starts.
Oh,
The problem with
It's a cool.
listing all the high, like Julie was saying, like you do an overshop thing. So what happened with me is I bought it. And then I did exactly what I'm telling you. I wanted to list the high dollar stuff. So what happens? That pile becomes all these low dollar items that I'm looking at. Like, I don't want to list that. So what I ended up doing is I put items, like when I had a massive death pile, I do not now. Prissy runs out of stuff every few weeks. She's like, you got to go shopping. We have no death pile anymore. So I put them all into bankers boxes, and I would grab a box and whatever the heck was in it. And I got bankers boxes on purpose. I did not want to see what was in there because then I'm going to go for those high dollar items.
so true.
So whatever I grabbed, I either listed it or put it to give away. I didn't go put it back in that pile. It's either getting listed at that point or it's going somewhere else that's not here. And that's how I got through a massive death pile. So I get bored when I do like too much of something. So like if it were me and I had this stuff, I would start with the high dollar jewelry because that's what I would want to do. And then I would probably get tired of listing jewelry, and then I might go to clothing or some other hard goods because I'm like, okay, enough jewelry, you know, and then I would switch and then I would go back. And I would just caution you, like I said, you're going to do high. You're going to end up with tons of low dollar stuff. So maybe alternate, like 10 high, 10 low might be a good idea too, to kind of throw a mix in there. Cause I ended up with a big pile of low. There was some high dollar, but not much. Most of it I caught unless I didn't see it or remember it. And she said not just a store, but starting on eBay. And I think our answer kind of cover like either way for that. All right. Hey, I had that too. I like that name. Been selling for a year now, and I've been working on ending and selling similar older items. Some items I picked up in the beginning are not so appealing now. Would you try to sell them or just donate?
Oh, wow. We just went through that, didn't we, Chelsey?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's actually the exact thing that we did. Putting my disorganization into bankers boxes, and Chelsey, being the appraiser that she is, was able to tell me like this isn't valuable anymore. So we donated a bunch of stuff, and then a couple things you looked up for me as we were deciding, just to see if it still had value. But yeah, it was a great way to just like de-stress my environment, and it felt good to donate those things that just weren't going to bring me a lot of profit, but were going to take a lot of time. So yeah, I think that's a great way if you have too much on your hands. But like, yeah, anything under $10, you really have to think, is it worth your time?
I'm going to see. Mike, you have a comment before I start talking?
I would agree. It's just a matter of like you have to weigh out the you might be selling that one small item that's giving you a lot, but your time to profit
Yeah.
It
Your
might not
your
be-
time is valuable.
Your time is valuable. So
Mhm.
you got to look at it that way. But you still, if it hasn't sold, I hate to say it, it might need to go back.
Well, if it was already listed, I might hesitate to hang on to it for a while. I'm okay holding on to things that are listed for a while. But if I hadn't listed it yet, I'm okay with donating.
But you did all that time and stuff like that
Yeah.
to it. Let it ride.
Let it ride.
Yes. You've already invested that time into the buy, the photographing, the listing. You can let it ride if there is still the desirable customer to purchase it out there. If you're looking it up and they're just racing to the bottom, they're not selling, sometimes it's better to delist. Serenity, you're saying $5 on eBay is better than $1 at a yard sale. It depends, because your time, like Mike was saying, is everything. Temptations. How many of us got sucked into buying Temptations bakeware?
Beanie Babies.
And, yeah. Oh my goodness.
Sure.
But then you go and you're like, it's not that desirable, and then boxing it and shipping it, it's so heavy, and the bubble wrap, it's not worth the time to sell it for $5 on eBay. I'd rather sell it at the yard sale for $1 or donate it and get a write-off for taxes and donation. That's my 2 cents on that.
If I have things that have been around for 6 months, 8 months, up to a year, I pull it off the shelves because I'm limited on space. My 2-car garage is now a no-car garage because it's full. And this room has another 800 items. So I need the space. So I will pull it and have a big garage sale. Plus we have a community yard sale around here once a year. And then what's left with that, I'll go to a flea market and try to get rid of the rest of it there. And after that, you could redonate it if you want, or throw it in the garbage. I do that too.
So I think it's really individualized. Tag is saying like space is valuable for most people. Well, space is valuable, but if you have a lot of it and you already put the time into listing, like I have tons of space. I have plenty of space. I could go buy out a 10 by 30 storage unit and have a place to put it right now. So for me, I paid somebody to list that. I paid somebody to photograph that. I have the space that it can sit there 4 years if it wants to. Now, say I found like an amazing store going out of sale, that's like a 4,000 square foot store, then I might get rid of some stuff, to make room for better stuff. But if space isn't an issue, I'm letting it sit. I'm not getting rid of it. The only thing I did, I got rid of, space is not an issue. You leave it. You put the time into it. Who cares? Unless it's driving you crazy. Like my stuff was in my house at one point. If it was in my house, that'd be a different story. I had DVDs in there on racks that I had already made plenty of profit from. They were like one of the only things left still in the house that didn't get moved out to the sheds. I ended them and gave them away for free. I'm like, come pick them up, take them. I tried to sell them, gave up on that. I just said, the first person that will come and take these friggin' DVDs, take them. Because it was in the house. And I didn't want it in my house. Like I have multiple sheds. I actually have another house that is for the inventory. She said she doesn't want her store to be junky with bad buys, but a bad buy to who? Like I just sold some stuff from 3 years, and my what sold video I recorded today that'll be out tomorrow. I want to say 80% of that stuff was listed for 10 months. I was like, what the heck? 10 months. I don't know why 10 months. It was all different stuff. It wasn't like something became popular again. And it's hard for me too, because I have a really low click-through rate because so many of you follow my eBay store. Like my click-through rate sucks anyways. So for me, if I have crappy stuff up there, I don't think it really matters because my click-through's crap anyways because of that. So yeah, like I think it really, if you want to list it, let it stay. You put the time in, let it stay. Maybe I definitely, like for me, I think it would take 2 years for me to really be like, hey, like my license plates I've had over 2 years. And again, I've made thousands and thousands of dollars. So like what's there is, definitely already paid for. I might do a whatnot sale with them and start them at like $3, which was like my initial cost was like $2, and start them at $3 and move them out. And then that's like a big stand, and that's a lot of space in one of the sheds, because I know I'm already in the profit, right? Like everything I make from that would be profit. And then Gina sent me a thing with like license plate planters that were cute. Like they rolled up into a circle and they made them planters and had them against a piece of wood. So cute. Like maybe I can look up license plate crafts and like do something like that with them, because I still have hundreds of them. Great you know idea.
I like when they do the American flag with the license plates. That's cool.
I sent one to Kevin, Commonwealth Picker, that was I think it was the whole US and out of all different license plates, because he collects them. Like I have, where is it? Let's see, it's right here. Kevin sent me this when I got this shed like 4 years ago.
It's for pickers. I love that.
So Kevin gave me the first license plate for in here. But yeah, I think it just depends on you. It's hard for me to give advice on that because my click-through rate's already horrible, you know? So like if I was in a different situation, I might be able to answer. Mark said good evening. And Mark wants Rod, even though Rod's not here tonight. I'm going to give him Rod, but then I'm allowed to punch because Rod's not here. Ha ha. Here you go.
Thank you guys for watching. Please make sure you like and subscribe. Until next time.
I can punch and not get yelled at. Oh, there's my octopus. Okay. Yeah, so I think that's really like opinion based, you know, depending on your situation. Like if you're in an apartment in New York City, you might only leave it 3 months.
Yeah.
You know? And that's when you have to really pay attention to the sell-through rate. Like if that was a situation, you'd only want to be picking up stuff with 100% sell-through rate. That's it. Or doing live sales where you're moving it for less money, but you're moving it faster.
Yes.
Right.
You know? So it's really dependent on the situation.
Yep.
Let's see. We just did that one. Pat says, I have a ton of activewear to get rid of. I can't face the photography involved in listing it all. I'm thinking of district, but I need some instruction for threads. Oh, and Rod's not here. So Rod helps with threads. Does anybody know, does somebody have a tutorial on just district, on selling on district? That might be helpful.
Yeah.
If not, I hate to say it, but I would come back next week when Rod's back and maybe ask him. But
yep.
District's not hard, but you do need an iPhone. If you try and do it on Android, it's a pain in the butt.
Oh, okay.
Deborah says, I accidentally hit accept for an item. However, I meant to counter the offer. If I sell it, their lowball offer, I will make $1. I can't do this. Please help.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is a soapbox topic for me. So we'll see what everybody else
says. Okay. So it depends on how bad of a, you know, financial situation that puts you in. For me, if it's like 30 or under, I'm just gonna send it. You know, it's cost of doing business. But if it's a big money item, you could cancel the order, but it's gonna hit your store. It's gonna affect, you know, a few little dings here and there. Not a big deal, but you don't want to have a lot of those. So that's a tough one. It's happened to me before, but I shipped it and messaged the buyer afterwards, like, that was an accident, but enjoy your item.
Yeah.
Happy. And it's sold, like, this was back in the day when they didn't have to pay right away. And like I accepted it. It was like, ching, they bought it. So yeah, it's happened to all of us.
Yeah, I look at the customer as a customer that's bought from me before. You know, it's a mistake. Do they have the potential of being a lifelong customer? And then, of course, echoing what Julie said, if it's a $30, yes. If it's $100, yeah, take the ding to your store because you're in the profit or you're in the business to make money, not give money away. But if you feel like the potential of them buying and buying and buying and making up that loss, send it.
I don't have that many dings against me. So if it was costing me a lot of money to accept that offer, first I would write them and see if they understood, and they won't. So forget that. Forget I even said that.
Right.
Then you're going to have to go and cancel the offer. I mean, unless you got 10 cancels in the last month or something where it's going to get you kicked off eBay. But if not, that's part of doing business. Or you could send it to them. It's up to you.
All right, is it my turn?
You're
Yeah.
so
I'm
itchy to
gonna
answer
say-
this.
Go for it. Go for it.
I'm going to say you hit the button. It is your fault. You accepted it. You send the item, period. You're making $1. You are not losing money.
There you go.
That is your bad. And if I bought something like that, I would be pissed off as hell if you did that to me.
People off. Yep.
Yeah.
And I mean, you're going to get a negative feedback, and
Yeah.
you should get a negative
Yeah.
feedback because that's your fault.
It was
Lesson learned. You're paying to learn. You hit the wrong button. Now, I know we did this on another panel. I think it was 50-50 with people would cancel. I just feel like that was my mistake. Now, let's say like on Mercari was changing our pricing. That was not me doing it. There was a glitch. Those I canceled because like I knew in my conscience, like I did not do that.
Yeah.
Mercari did that. So I could honestly say this was a glitch. Mercari changed my prices. Now, the ones that my mom put free shipping on that cost me, I had to pay them to take my item. I shipped them because guess what? My mom works for me and she did it. Prissy just told me something that went out this week, went out with free shipping and it cost us money.
Oops.
But if it's my fault, it's my fault. Even if I was losing money, and here's the funny thing. So I'll tell you, there have been 2 items in the last 2 weeks that I have lost money on. And one of them, Shannon took an item out to put it in my bathroom when she redid my bathroom. I have a few things that are listed in my bathroom, but she didn't use it. And we don't know where she put it when she didn't use it. She didn't put it back in inventory where it went. So I wrote the buyer. I said, I don't have this in inventory. I looked for the item. It's a candle, but it's a $50 candle. I found it in Australia, was the only other place I could find it. And I wrote her and I said, I can't find it. I used Chat GPT to sound professional. Let me say that. And said, I can't find it in my inventory. I will offer you, I give them like a 20 to 30% markup off what they paid, like anything in my store up to 120% of what you spent. I can offer you an immediate refund. With her, I started looking. I'm like, why can't I find this candle? I found it in Australia and I wrote her. I said, look, I'm willing to buy you this candle and have it shipped to you from Australia, but it will take longer if you are okay with that. And she said, that's amazing. How much will it cost? I said, to you, nothing. I said, I'll pay the difference. I said, that was my mistake. I didn't have it in my inventory. I didn't do it. Shannon did it. But that, again, my employee is under me. That is my fault. So I did it. It was not much more. I'm not like, don't think it's like a ton more. It was not a lot more. And I told her, hey, so my store doesn't look like I don't have items shipped. I'm going to mark this shipped. It's going to tell you it's shipped, but I'm buying it for you from Australia. And as soon as I get a shipping notice, I'll give it to you. She was super, super thankful. Very, very nice. And then the other one, I had vintage day of the week towels, which are not that common with the exact embroidered patterns. I had 3, so they bought 3 from me. Couldn't find them. They had already sold. We've had quite a few things relisted by eBay that I do think was a glitch, but I will still try and honor that. And the only ones that were exactly like it I could find was a set of 7, all of them, which cost triple what mine sold for. And I bought them for. And the funny thing is, and I don't, if this is a viewer, I'm sorry. They messaged me and said, hey, I paid extra for shipping. And I said, hey, I sent you 4 more than what you paid for. I said, I couldn't find them, and I bought them from like I should have used Chat GPT in this instance. I'm not going to lie. I said, hey, I bought them from another seller because I couldn't find them, and it was a full set that was in better condition than what you bought from me. And they said, oh, I'm sorry. They gave up on their. But so those two items, again, like one was an eBay glitch, which I owned. And the other was one of my employees moving stuff, but my employees are my employees and I am responsible for them. So yeah, so that's a soapbox thing for me, because if you created the problem, I think you should own it and you should take. Now, if it was $1,000, I would say I'm not going to give them $1,000 for $1.
Right.
Yeah.
But if it's like, I would say if it was up to $50 and I was still making $1, I would send it. Yeah. I can like 100% say that. Yeah. Teresa asked if my mom got fired. My mom, here's the funny thing. My mom got a boyfriend and he splits the bills with her. So my mom really only worked for me because she really needed the money. And now she has a boyfriend and she doesn't need the money. So she just like went on vacation to the Ozarks and she's back, but she never came back to work after her vacation.
I just need to go on a long vacation.
I did not make Shannon pay for it. She said she was going to come tomorrow and find it. And guys, I don't have a filter. I'm very bluntly honest. It's a good thing and it's a bad thing. Sometimes I'm not great with tact. And so she said she'd come find it tomorrow. And I'm like, well, that's great, but I already had to buy it from Australia for him. And I will not make her pay for it. I like Prissy has dropped, like she dropped $300 goblets. And I did not make her pay for that. If it was something where it was like repetitive, accidents happen. We actually glued it back together and sold it for $200 instead of $300. So, I mean, we salvaged it. Yeah, we salvaged it. Mom did get me kicked off of Facebook. That is the truth. But again, I have to own it. Like, it's my mother. It's my employee. It's under me. So I will not, like I said, if it was like repetitive, then I would have to be like, hey, if this happens again, so I have no tact, but I'm all bark. I don't have much bite. That's like the bottom line. So yeah. Did I play? Oh yeah, I played Mark's thing. Okay, let's see. Hold on. So that's my soapbox. That's me. And I feel like that's kind of just like my outlook, but you heard from them, they would cancel it. So you got to do what feels right to you, but beware if you cancel and you don't sell much, you're going to put yourself below standard. All your items are going to be hid. Yeah. And it's going to be like that for 3 months. So keep that in mind too. All right. Marcella says, to sell on Whatnot, do you do your own billing on your printer or does Whatnot do the billing, and what percentage do they take from you? I don't know who all sells on Whatnot.
Used to.
Yeah, it's been a while, but it's pretty user friendly from what I remember. Yeah, you don't have to do the billing. But I'll pass this to someone else who's done it more recently than me. Pass.
Last time I sold on Whatnot, I'm like 5,000 followers on there. I sold this last spring, or not this spring, but last time was the last time I was selling on it. Whatnot does all the billing. You don't have to figure out the shipping. You just put it in the weight of the item, and there you go. If you're selling it out of your marketplace, you sell it for what you want to sell it for. If you're doing it live auctions, it sells for what it goes for at auction. I believe, I can't remember, they've changed their percentage of what they take for it. I think when I did it, it was 20%, I think. But it has changed quite a bit. With market Whatnot, it's a kind of, I don't want to say, but it's not a popularity contest, but for me, I use it now for sourcing than selling, because people were wanting my stuff for dirt cheap and cheaper than what I paid for it and sourced it. So now I use it for sourcing and not selling. But some people are very successful. If you source the way that I do, where, you go thrifting, yard sales and that kind of stuff, and you're only walking away with, handful of stuff, it's not the greatest. But if you're buying storage units and you're getting mass quantity of inventory and you can flip it and turn it and sell it really quick, Whatnot is perfect for you.
I don't deal with Whatnot.
I haven't sold on Whatnot I've sold, I think, once in the last probably year. We probably are going to be on Whatnot tomorrow. Shannon's coming over to look for the candle, and we're probably going to sell some vintage linen. But they bill. You just print your labels. I think it's like 10% or something, 10 to 12, I feel like Whatnot takes.
I can look.
I think about that. Yeah, I think about that. Whatnot, though, you definitely have to build the audience. Like, it is a popularity contest on, like, your followers. And I will tell you, though, and this is from years ago now, I had a viewer, her first show, she cataloged it. It was all good name brand vintage jewelry. So it would say, like, Trifari brooch, blah, blah, blah. You know, Shriner brooch, blah, blah, blah. She made like $3,000 in the first hour, and I was like, no followers, first show.
Wow.
She took photographs, she had good inventory, and she cataloged. So if you have good stuff, take good photos and catalog, and like in advance, people search for this stuff. They'll find it and they'll come. Our shows, we typically don't catalog, just because I found out I was losing money paying somebody for 2 hours to catalog. And then when the show bombs, I have all the stuff cataloged, I paid somebody and it doesn't sell and I'm out money, which I was losing money. That's why I quit selling on Whatnot in the first place. So we're gonna try it again. I would recommend, depending on what you're selling, knickknacks, dibdit, threads. The district marketplaces will bring you people, unlike Whatnot. Whatnot, you're gonna have to build your own people and bring your own people until you kind of get, unless you have amazing stuff that I would never bring on Whatnot. I will not lie.
They advertise your first show. So 20% after I said that seemed a little steep. So right now they're saying typically 8% commission for US sellers. However, if it's coins and money, like vintage coins and stuff, it's 4%, and electronics is 5%.
Oh, that's low. That's like really low.
It seems like that's gone lower, but I know like they're taking different revenues. Like I know, oh goodness, for people that, oh my goodness, their referral links, I know that's different now, and it's changed a lot since I sold on it in a year.
All right, Patty wants to know, what are the new hair products I use? Like what's on my hair now, I have no clue. Brooke sprays like all kinds of stuff on it, and then so this is the big curls. This is with the curling iron. Last week I did like my natural curls, and I used Diva curls and a custard thing. I need to have Brooke do that. So if you guys missed it, Brooke put like the makeup routine for how she puts my face on Instagram with like all the products. And she put them on Amazon where you guys can go and get them. I need to do the same, like for the big curl. I cannot do this myself, but I have naturally curly hair. I can do this and scrunch it. That's like, I'm like, that's all I have to do. I don't even have to try it. But I can put those on there too. Cause, Shannon is a, certified barber. So like she went through like hair school and stuff, and Shannon's who told me what to get, and it works amazing. I've been putting it on after the springs. Like I just brush my hair, bring in conditioner, put that stuff, and like my hair looks perfect after I walk out swimming. Like I don't even wash it, which is nice. So yeah, if you guys want that, we can definitely. I used to put my lipstick and stuff because people used to ask me so much, what color lipstick are you wearing? And so I have like a makeup section on my Amazon storefront. All right. Teresa wants to know if
I use natural. It's just natural, you know.
Hold on.
I try to keep, you know, the highlights here.
I have a ton of gray. But my gray comes in stripes, and it looks like I paid to have it done. I'm very
lucky. You're
lucky. Very lucky. All right. Teresa wants to know if any of us know anything about Depop. She's not on it, but she seems others who are. It seems a bit risky to me, and you guys can answer in the chat too.
Yeah. I know. I think cool people are on Depop. I get a little FOMO from over there, but no, I don't use it.
Yeah, the shirt bros use it. My son's
The
best
shirt bros.
friend, the shirt bros. My son's best friend is the thrifter. He's a freshman in high school. He sells on Depop, and
Yeah,
he's
it's
comfortable
cool.
with it. It's not my wheelhouse, and I don't sell clothing. But if you're into the shirts and stuff, see, I've heard good things. I've heard more good things than bad things about Depop.
Don't know about Depop at all.
Aw.
I'm with you, Gino.
Either Depop or Grailed, one of them kicked me off, and I didn't even friggin' sell anything. I'm good at getting banned.
You
Yeah,
are.
see, listen, look, I didn't
No.
even friggin' sell anything, and they're like, "You're banned." I'm like, "What?
That's not
Okay.
cool.
Okay."
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, it's Tell About Cat Night. I'm sorry, God. It's Tell About Cat Night. What's
This
the
is a
Facebook
band
story?
Wow.
The Facebook story is my mother was cross-posting for me, and she was cross-posting license plates, which are not allowed on Facebook because they think somebody's going to buy Kevin's license plate and they're going to go put it on their car. They're going to go steal a car and put Kevin's license plate on it. But they are allowed on eBay if they are over 3 years. They are allowed on Mercari. They are allowed on Etsy. They are allowed on Poshmark.
Yeah.
My mom ignored the warnings. Facebook's yelling at her, "Do not list this." And my mom just keeps going like this.
Oh, mama.
And I got permanently banned because of it.
Oh,
Okay. Am I going to discuss the new friend I have? The new friend I have is not a new friend. Gino has met him multiple times.
Yes, he stole my wallet.
What kind of friend is this?
I like whether you guys see it or not. I keep my personal life pretty personal. I have been seeing him since January, since the first week of the year. Marcia has met him as well. She's commenting in there. He has been around. We just made it official on Sunday. So he is not new. We have been seeing each other for a long time. We just didn't have
the title.
the title.
I
Now we
remember in Vegas, there's a whole bunch of new people and first timers, and this bigger guy was behind you in Containment Park, and somebody's like, "Is that her new beau?" I'm like, "I don't know." Go ask
Everybody
her.
wants to know. And I will tell you, and I will probably either this week or next week, I have tons of pictures from the last 4 months that I just did not post because like I said, I kind of hold it close. I know like ADH Dave has met him. Carrie American Arbitrage has met it because we go out here in Florida. So if you ran into me in person, you would know. But if you don't, then you don't. But yeah, so he's not new. And it's been a while, but we just made it official. There's not much. I don't know. Tell me what you want to know and I'll tell you.
Do you
What's the
enjoy
sign?
romantic walks through the thrift store?
Mm-hmm.
So he does like thrift stores, but
Okay.
last time we went, he sat in the car with Dalton and played games because he's great with
Aw.
Dalton. Dalton didn't want to go in. But he does love flea markets.
Okay.
So we go to flea markets, which is nice because my ex did not like any type of shopping. And so we go to the flea markets all the time. My glam team is my daughter. That's it. It's my daughter. I'm trying to convince her to go to esthetician school because she's very, very good at it. And she does my social media, but I don't want to push her into something she doesn't want to do, Like I want her to do what she wants to do. And she likes doing like the makeup and hair. So, but she just said the other day she might want to do social work, whatever she wants to do. I want her to do what she wants to do and be happy. I don't want to like influence her, but if she does social work, she still has to do my makeup and hair.
Yeah.
M322233. How do you send an offer for multiple quantities? I have a listing for 1 and 4 available. Buyer said the offer only worked for 1. eBay charged full price on 4. I'm going to go ahead and answer this. You cannot send an offer for multiple quantities, but they can send you one. So what I normally do if they write in the comments that they want 4 is I decline it and tell them to make sure they make an offer on quantity 4. And that has worked for me in the past.
Perfect.
All right. Maylene wants to know, what is the percentage or minimum profit you will take per item that you prefer? And so what's your personal rule of thumb?
When I'm out there, if I can 3 times my money on something, that's a pretty good rule. Chelsey kind of taught me that one. So, but I prefer times 4. But you know, it's just, and it's also like, it's not always a real. It's not a rule that I will always stick to, because if I find a $25 item that I could flip for 50, and it has a great sell-through rate, I'm not afraid to do that as well. But most of the time, it's the rule of thirds.
Yeah, minimum. I would say, 50%. If I want, that item's been sitting there and it's been sitting there. Yeah, I'll do, match, to cancel myself out, make a little profit. Rule of thumb: if I won't pick up something for $5 if I can't sell it for 15.
Yeah.
If I can find something for 25, yeah, I'll list it and sell it for 50, 60. That's okay. And anything above that, yeah, awesome. My husband, we went through a thrift store and he found a pair of, I won't say what it was, but it was awesome. And it was like $5 for the pair. And when I did the comps on it, they sold for like $200. And I'm like, you're awesome. Woohoo! It was, he scored that day. Do the math. But yeah, it was anything above 3. Okay in my book.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think 3 is pretty good. 3 or 4 times your money. But if you buy something for 100, you definitely would sell it for 2 and take twice your money. So
Yeah.
It's all according to the item and how much. But if I buy something for 5, I want to make 20. If I buy something for 10, I want to make still 3 times basically, but I'll take 30, 35. You just figure out what you want eventually.
Yep.
Yeah, so for me, if I spend 5, I really want 30. I like my sales price I really want to hit is 25, but a lot of times I might accept 20. I still list stuff for 10 and 15 if I really, really like it. Because I like buying it and finding it and sharing it. I typically, though, like to 10 times my money, because on auction lots, I can buy stuff for $1 or $2 and sell it for 20, so I like, that's like a lot of stuff that on my video today was like 10, 15, 20 times my money. That's going to be my preferred, but the higher I go, the less like percent I want, like I'll pay $150 to sell something for $400 because I'm making, $150 after fees. So as the price goes up, my profit percent expected goes down. Oh, here, hold on. All right, I'm going to show you guys a couple of pictures. You guys asked if Dalton sees Brad. The answer to that is no. I have 100% custody of Dalton, and as of right now, he does not. I do not know if he will, but I was going to show you guys because, like I said, I have tons of pictures that nobody has seen because Kat stays private most of the time. Hold on, I'm scrolling. Hold on. I feel like it's the cat show tonight more than normal.
Show and tell.
It's a cat show.
It is show and tell.
This is your life, Kat.
But like, oh no, Corey might kill me for that one. But like, that's them in the springs. Corey put him on the bridge. He's hanging from the springs. Like, I got to go back even further. It's funny because they actually look alike, is what I think is funny. Did you notice that or no?
Me?
Yeah, you.
They look alike?
No, I didn't really notice.
Like, look at them. They really do. Like, it's kind of crazy.
I can't see it.
So,
but Dalton is adorable. That's for sure.
No.
That's on the boat. I keep trying to get Gino to come on the boat, and Gino will not come on the boat.
She wants to drown me. I know it.
No, I don't want to go on that river with alligators.
Look at that one right there. Do you see it? I can't find more now. It's because it's so long ago. But like he let I was surprised. He like rode around on the Harley in the yard, which was I didn't think Dalton would do it because Dalton's very like finicky. And he did. He got on there and went riding. And Dalton rides a 4-wheeler with me. And Dalton's book fundraiser. I don't know if Marcia still has the link. Today's the last day. We only got to $80.
Aww.
Our like minimum goal was $240, but it's okay. It's okay. Question from Miss Debbie. Oh, we already did that one. Miss Debbie got in there. Okay. Joy said she's new to selling on eBay and doesn't understand how sell similar works. Do you use this with selling similar to other people's products or your own?
You can do both. So if you are researching and you find someone that has the same or similar item as yours, for some reason you have to scroll down pretty far, but you'll eventually find sell similar, and it'll open up a new listing page for you with not with their pictures, but with their, I wish they would include the description, but they just include like the title, the price, and a few other key things in there. But I don't list directly in eBay, so it's not as convenient for me to do it that way since I use a cross-posting service. I use Vendu. But when you do it for yourself, you could use it for a couple different reasons. One is to like end a listing, but then just relist it so you get like a fresh push in eBay to show your item at the top. Or you really did just find something very similar and you just want to sell similar. So there's many different ways to use it, but not so convenient when you're a cross poster using a different service outside of eBay.
I used it today a couple times. I posted directly to eBay. It can be a time saver, and also, so I see what their item sold for. And if I know that the item's value is actually higher than that, then I kind of look at, okay, where did they go wrong? Where could they got more money? Was it in their title? Was it in their photographs and that kind of stuff? And I build from what they're asking, especially if I'm asking more money than what they sold their price for. Hi, Duke. How are you? Duke's a big dog that just came down here. Hi, I'm working. I told my family, keep the dogs upstairs. But yeah, I used it today, and you change the title. You don't use the exact same title. Sometimes their measurements are off, so always double check it, but it can be a definite time saver. Okay, they're calling for you, Duke. Go upstairs.
That's why we have a kitty cat super chat. One night, 3 of the guests, like cats, even I was one of them. The cat kept going, and you see like a cat tail.
Mike, that dog's bigger than that gator that was in her thing, and you're going to be seeing that dog.
Our cat's as big as that
Yeah.
gator.
Yeah, your cat is as big as that gator.
We got big animals. Sell
He's
similar.
like 70 pounds now. He got big too.
First, let me tell the people that are writing me in the chat, I'm not signed in. I'm only on here, so I can't answer you back, but I'm reading all your nice comments, so thank you. Sell similar. Like say you had 10 mugs and they were different colors or different sizes. It really helps you, and it makes listing a lot faster if you list one because it's under glassware, and the description's kind of the same. And you just hit sell similar, change the color, or do whatever. And you can list really fast with sell similar. Also, people tell you, like was just mentioned in here, if you end an item and sell similar, it'll refresh it. So it goes back up to the top of the list again. So you can do that instead of pulling your items and selling them.
Yeah. So before we use List Perfectly's AI Express Lister, which it like we just take the photos, it creates our title, all our specifics. So that's how we create our listings now. Before we used to do sell similar because it would do all that, like we would find something similar. What we've been talking about most of the time is like we end old listings and sell them similar to refresh them, like Julie was saying. And that you just have to be careful if you only have like so many items a month because you don't want to go over your allowance. Yeah, it's so fun. I'm going to throw this up here. It's definitely a congrats on the divorce. I was absolutely miserable. And I think most people that watch me, I feel like knew that because they could tell a difference like soon as it happened. I posted like my status change on Facebook, and it's funny because Kelly, what is her? I think it's Miss Kelly or so. She's been on YouTube a long time. She obviously hasn't like watched or like seen anything. And she's like, Kat, aren't you married? That's what she commented on my status change. I'm like, no, it's been a little while. Thank you, Sarah Sell Smalls by the Not Seashore. I appreciate you. Yeah. So if you weren't here last week, Dalton's class is doing a book blast. So like the first so much will go to him getting a book set, and then any overage goes to the kids that can't afford to get books. So it's like really for all of the kids. So yeah, I put the link in, and I think I didn't have a space. So if I need to fix it, let me know. I will. And yeah, so that's what that is. And I pinned it to the top. And I'm going to do the kitty cat because we haven't done the kitty cat yet.
That's cute.
Gino made that
Whoa,
one.
get over here.
Oh, jeez.
Kitty.
I enjoy making them too. They're fun.
Aw.
Did you
All
make Kevin's too? The mermaid
I
Kevin?
didn't make Kevin's, no.
Yvonne made Kevin's.
Oh, that's right. Yvonne made that one. I remember you saying that when she was on last.
I see the question about placemats, and I'm writing them on my list. I have this little paper here that like when I'm showing what sold, I'm like, oh, I should do a research. So that's I wrote it on my list. I keep it here. Because like next week I'll do 2 research videos. Okay, Rod is not here, so tag. I'm sorry that Rod is not here. So Maylene, I know I didn't think you were trying to create drama. So I asked Maylene what she sells though. Why don't this again, depending on who's watching, but I asked, what are you selling? Because I think there are different YouTubers that are good for different types of things. I don't know if Maylene's still here or not. If you are, I might have missed like what you're selling, or if you guys know Maylene and know what she sells. But if you feel comfortable saying, who are some of your favorite reseller YouTubers to watch?
Okay. One Way Vintage is really awesome to watch.
Yeah. I don't know who those guys are.
Of course,
No.
Kat, of course, Thrifting Vegas.
Okay.
Karen, Lavender Clothesline is like my organization, like goals. Who else am I forgetting? Gino, of course. I gotta go find Gino's box video. I'm really curious about that one. Go ahead, Chelsey.
Okay,
Probably
so
similar ones to you too.
President Company excluded. Obviously, these wonderful people. I would say Dawn Hudson Vintage. She does a good job with jewelry. I would say
Yes.
Tiffany Thrifting Vegas. I would say, oh my goodness, there's somebody else that I watch and they're escaping me. They do mostly shorts. The shorts people, got to give it credit to those shorts people.
Yeah.
And then I would also, I like Picker Road too because I like to see where they go eat.
Who do I watch? Well, Harry Tornado I turn on. He's pretty interesting.
Yep.
Homeschool Picker. I like watching her. And him. There's 2 of them. I watch Kat, especially her What Sells videos. I like them. And I watch that Gino's Finds because he makes a lot of good videos.
There you go.
And all the ones being listed in the chat. Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna give a disclaimer here.
Nomad. Yes, George. Woo!
Yes,
Yeah.
and say that I have not watched a reselling YouTuber other than my own face while I'm editing it for over 2 years. So I do want to say that first and foremost. prior, I'm going to agree with Cha-Ching King Scott, for especially if you're new. His tutorials are hands down absolutely amazing, and he is amazing. I'm going to agree with Julee and Bearded Thrift Machine. He was my co-host prior to Rod for years. Jocelyn Crazy Lamp Lady, if you like vintage and glass, is definitely good. George the Antique Nomad, I would say, might be my top, and I might tick some people off. But George is like a walking encyclopedia, and he is absolutely amazing and so knowledgeable. And he always throws George knows the stuff, and I can teach you how to sell it. Like, me and him always talk about that, because like he knows like the facts and all the stuff, and I know like the keywords and the pictures, and like me and him always talk about that. But I'm gonna agree to find who meshes with you. I'm not gonna name names. There are some people whose voice that I just like feel like it's nailed on a chalkboard. There are a couple of them like that.
Yeah.
So obviously, if you can't stand to listen to them, you can't watch them. But different people's styles are going to mesh with you. Kevin is a storyteller. So if you like storytelling, Kevin's a really good one. Commonwealth Picker. I'm very straight and to the point. I don't tell lots of stories. I'm like, this is what it is, and that's it. Me rambling tonight is probably the most I've rambled in years.
I got to add Julee flips because we like.
Sam and Adam are absolutely
I literally
amazing.
pick up the same things as her. Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
soul sister.
Yeah, there's so many.
There are so many that, like Rod was saying, like he'll watch somebody over and over, and then he's like, okay, and then he'll switch, and then he'll come back to him. You know, just find somebody that really meshes with you. And it might be somebody new. You know, there's so many it's crazy. I find channels with like 100,000 subs that are like reseller channels that I've never heard of. Like,
amazing.
It's weird how like YouTube recommends people in a circle, and then there are these people over here in another circle that they all know each other and we don't know them. So yeah, definitely. I love George. George is one of my favorite people ever in and out of reselling. He is an amazing guy. Teresa sent 10 for Dalton, so I'm going to give her a Dalton super chat. I have the hiccups all day. You'll hear it on my videos for the rest of the week too, because I had it all day while I was recording too. Here's Dalton's beach one. He was little. I got to make him a new one.
Yes.
Still does that. And somebody asked how old he is. Dalton will be 7 in 2 months.
Oh my gosh.
He's just a little younger than my youngest one. They're so cute. He was Dalton in Vegas was making me homesick for my youngest one when I seen him playing. It's like, oh, such a sweet boy.
George is the Antique Nomad.
Yes. Instagram reseller. I love Vintage Home Co. She's on Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
She's awesome.
I wish I had time to scroll.
And I agree with Little Smurfs, Eat Ivy. We got a Misty, Thrifter, Junker, Vintage Hunter, and her name's so fun to say. Thrifter, Junker, Vintage Hunter.
You know, one I like the story. I like the storytelling.
Who?
I'm gonna resell it.
Oh, I'm a resell it. I know he's
It's Shagan.
Shagan, yes.
Shagan, yeah.
Shagan.
Yeah.
I need to get Shagan on again. Shagan's been on before. I need to get him on again.
Look at his last video.
His last video was a pretty good come up on it too.
Yeah, get him on again. He's a good guy.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, I like him. He's really nice. I met him in Phoenix.
Mm-hmm, me too.
All right. BJB wants to know if any of us purchase items off eBay for personal use. Can you describe a good deal you got as a buyer on the platform?
I don't, but he's always sending me links to go purchase some like vintage Star Wars thing, and we'll usually like make an offer and we usually get our offer accepted. But yeah, he likes to collect the vintage Star Wars things. That's the only. Otherwise, I don't really purchase for personal use on eBay.
I like the vintage toys stuff that I grew up. That's the stuff that I would say I collect on that end.
Yeah.
I don't have very many, but the ones I like, I'll go for it.
It's pretty cute. You like your toys.
I like my toys.
My most recent purchase on eBay was for my father. He's newly retired and he loves making custom chess sets. And he will take these chess sets and will donate them for like fundraisers for kids and spaghetti dinners and stuff like that. And he was making the famous Avon bottle chess set, like the whole complete set of Avon bottles that came out. Like there was the amber top ones and the silver. And I came across a whole bunch of them at a thrift store, but we were just shy on a couple. And I was going through because there's tons of them listed on eBay, and I was able to finish that set and get him a whole other set for dirt cheap. And then he turned around and donated them to a charity auction for a student at the local high school fighting cancer, and he got $500 a pop for the chess set. So that was a good deal for me.
It's a fun question.
Yeah, I was trying to think. Well, I bought the not Robbie, just the robot from Lost in Space. I loved that show when I was young, and I found it at Goodwill. I think I paid $5 for it, and it sat over there for like over a year, and I would push the button and have them talk and everything. And then stupid me went and sold them, and now I wish I hadn't. But that's one of the items I bought that just brings back memories.
Yeah, so I purchase items off eBay all the time. And I will tell you guys, and I tell when I do store reviews, don't do auctions if the demand is there. Like, look, this literally was less than 20 minutes ago. Look, item 1. So we saw these really cool Bush beer floats when we were at the Spring Saturday. And I asked the kids, I'm like, where did you get that? And they're like, oh, my grandma got it at a yard sale. I'm like, I'm going to look on eBay. So I'm going to look. I don't know how much I want it for. So all of them were $25 plus shipping, but somebody thought it would be a good idea to put theirs on auction. Well, look what I paid.
Yeah.
Woo, nice.
What was it?
$7.99.
So if you make the mistake of putting your item on auction and show it starting at low, I'm going to buy it and I'm not going to feel
You're
bad.
gonna buy it.
So a lot
You're
of
just
people, you could source off of eBay, off of people making the mistakes of selling on auction and starting it too low. I've bought quite a few things, not like I buy it for personal stuff, but also like when I'm researching, he looks amazing, doesn't he, Kevin? When I research it, like I found a Christian Dior unmarked piece that I had that I figured out were $200, and I did Google Lens and somebody had it listed on Etsy for $25. I bought it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like, oh, like
Why
if you
not?
happen to run into that stuff, get it. Kevin, somebody wanted to know about Threads. They're wanting to sell on Threads, and they were wondering if there's like screenshots or somewhere they can go to get help with started selling on Threads, or if maybe you have a video suggestion for them. Since you're here, I'm going to put you to work. So if you have it. All right, we are going to take one more question. First I'm going to give Teresa. Hey, Kevin's here. I haven't used Kevin all night. Sorry, Teresa. Don't hurt me. Here we go.
Shield my eye.
Look at Mike.
I guess he's never seen that before.
That's why we like to do it. He's like, what did I just see?
Mike wants a video. Mike wants a little video done.
Gino, can you make one of Mike?
My eyes are burning. Why my eyes feel like they're on fire right now?
Oh, this is too
I
funny.
don't want
Sorry.
Wasn't that bad?
Okay.
Quite enjoyable, Kevin.
Thanks, Kevin, for modeling.
Kevin said, sign up, apply to sell, reach out to the live seller chat, and Dave, ADH Dave, has 2 tutorial videos. So there is, and I think, Julie, was it you that said Dave had the tutorial? Somebody said Dave had tutorial videos. I don't remember who it was.
Wasn't me.
Okay.
I want
I'm going to throw this up here.
It was on the chat.
Oh, okay. Rhoda, I'm glad Rhoda said this. Rod always says Kevin owns Bonanza, but I actually am going to load Bonanza right now and shut my store down.
Oh.
because from what I heard, as of May 1st, Bonanza is going to charge you. I don't know. I'm going to have to make a video on how do you turn off Bonanza? Oh, here, taking a break. No longer selling. Close your booth. You have, I have overdue seller fees. Okay.
Oh, shoot. That's not cool.
Please visit your billing. Okay, hold on. I'm doing this. Anyways, I'm going to do this before I go to bed. If you're on Bonanza and you don't want to get charged, turn it off. And that's what I will do when we get off of here. So that's super important because that's in 2 days. So if you have it on, turn it off. Sorry, Kevin, because Rod says Kevin owns Bonanza, but Kevin's starting to charge us. So I'm not going to pay. Kevin, what are you doing? All right. I am going to make everybody big again. Let them tell you goodbye and where you can find them again. And then I will tell you who will be on next week. So here is Mike and Julie.
Thank you so much. It's been so much fun. Thanks to all our friends who came to join us tonight. And thanks, Kat, so much for having us on our YouTube channel. We have a lot of activity going on. So you'll see weekly thrifting videos with that guy, Mike, and I, and some guests sometimes just me alone as well.
Yeah.
And then we do weekly live sales collaborating with Idaho Gem. So come check that out.
She's over there.
And then the next thing coming up is Friday on our channel. Chelsey and I will be live at 10 a.m. for something new that just started last week called Treasure Chats. And it's basically a couple hours where we can do whatever we want. We can show recent finds, hauls, crafting, chatting, just hanging out. We bring our coffee, talking about vintage items. And so just come join us over there and we will see you then.
And when you come over to our YouTube channel, like and subscribe.
Oh, please do. Of course.
Like, subscribe, comment, all that. All right, here's Chelsey.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Kat, for having me, and nice meeting you, the wonderful gentleman above
Gino.
me. That was not Rod. Gino. I was like, I know it. No. I am new
Nice
to
meeting you
YouTube.
too.
I just currently do shorts, and that is Treasures by Gem, which is also the name of my Shopify store. On Instagram, I'm idaho.gem. On TikTok, I'm Treasured by Gem, because you guys, once you're in my realm, you're a customer, you're interacting with me or my wonderful best friends, One with Vintage, you're officially always treasured by Gem, because I will treasure you. Let me see. And hit me up. Please like, subscribe, comment. You know, I'm an open book. Peace out.
Perfect. All right, here's Mr. Gino.
Well, like I said at the beginning, I do ride-alongs and I show you what I picked up and how much I bought and how much I think I'm going to sell things for. And also, because we talked about it, I made a how to use a box resizer video that I help you watch.
There you go, Gino.
You got to plug yourself, right?
Yeah.
And if you like my YouTube channel, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you.
Perfect. Somebody said I am always multitasking, and that is like understating it. Especially, and I'm going to tell you guys, I was not doing this by myself tonight. Marsha, Red Cardinal Treasures, signed in, and she was behind stage starring comments for me and questions. So thank you, Marsha.
Oh my God.
Marsha, put your own channel in there, please. I know you don't like to, but please put your channel in there so you guys can go support her. She's getting close to 1,000. So go follow Marsha over at Red Cardinal Treasures. I owed Bonanza $4.28, which I paid, and I have closed my Bonanza. It is completely closed now. No more Bonanza for Kat. These hiccups. Okay. Next week, we are going to have Eric OBX Picker on, and also J Ride Flips. So that will be fun. Marsha put the link to her channel. Please go subscribe and support her. She is here every week dropping comments and leaving everybody's channel links for us, and Rod's 10 channels and everything that you might possibly need. And Mark comes at 9:11 every week and helps for 49 minutes. So Mark, Thank you too. He is OGNZ over on Instagram if you want to give Mark a follow. So thank you guys. We cannot do this without you. Mike, Julie, Chelsey, Gino, especially Gino. Gino filled in like Rod calls me. I think it was like 5 o'clock. Can you find somebody? I'm like, I will find somebody. So Gino, thank you for coming last minute. Rod,
Gino, nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you guys.
And I like your hat.
Yeah, it's my name.
I feel bad. I should have worn Idaho.
I had mirror on and it was spelled backwards the whole show. I just changed it.
It was Ojin.
Dalton's head is little. I just sized it to him earlier.
Matco tools.
Mike Week. All right, guys. We will see you guys next week. Thank you so much.
Bye,
I'll have a video out tomorrow of what sold. Friday is high dollar what sold. And I just made the Sunday I did pewter.
Ooh.
High dollar pewter. So that one's a fun one. All right. See you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Kat.